same car as we use in the circuit. We've done a bit of testing yesterday just to try and get a compromise between forest specification and tarmac, and the car feels good, so we hope we can get the same reliability as we did in the circuit.
Double winner Ari Vatanen is flagged away from the start in Wolf Wells on Friday night, watched by hundreds of rally fans. Can he make it a hat-trick? His young countryman Henry Toivonen is second away in the Opel Ascona 400, but it's his Rothmans teammate Jimmy McRae who is expected to set the pace over the tarmac roads of the Epint military ranges, which make up half of the action in this year's rally. Sweden's Stig Blomqvist is at the wheel of the World Championship winning Talbot team car.
And luckily I'm still the right side.
Next away is the Audi Quattro, being driven for the first time by Sweden's former world champion Bjorn Waldegard, deputising for Hannu Mikkola, who's away chasing world championship points in Corsica. Unhappily, Pentti Rikkola's favourite rally is not to last for long, nor is that of Duckham's Toyota driver Per Eklund. Both Scandinavians are destined to retire before dawn. After a night of hard driving through dry, dusty forests which caused problems for the competitors, Bjorn Waldegard, despite being a newcomer to the event, has wasted no time in proving the dominance of the four-wheel drive Quattro and its versatility over all surfaces, including tarmac. It even flies well. Henry Toivonen locks the wheels of his Ascona in a desperate bid to stay in touch with the Quattro. During the night, he dropped time with a puncture, but now he's back to second place and within striking distance of the leader. The hand injury suffered when he crashed in Ireland on the previous round of the championship has now mended, and he's fighting fit. Fresh from his win on the Circuit of Ireland, Jimmy McRae is in third place. The current Open champion has a slim lead in this year's series, and that's now threatened by his teammate Toivonen. It's been a difficult night for world champion Ari Vatanen in fourth place. During the night, the escorts crew took a wrong turning on one of Epint's military roads and could face possible exclusion. However, they're on the right road now and desperate to catch the Opel twins ahead of them. Stig Blomqvist in the Talbot Sunbeam is holding fifth place. However, he hasn't got the pace of the leading runners, and snapping at his heels are some of the best club drivers in Britain. Leading that attack is Phil Collins in a brave effort which challenges the professionals. Francis Tuthill is just a few seconds behind in his Ford Escort. Although he's being caught by McRae on his second lap of this spectator stage. From the fast tarmac, the action moves back into the forests of mid-Wales. Still, Waldegard powers the turbocharged Quattro through the dusty gravel stages to maintain his lead, gaining confidence of the car and kicking up the dust. Toivonen is still attacking. The Opel Ascona driver was married just before he came to Wales, and to win here would be a fitting way to celebrate. But what a way to spend a honeymoon. McRae still holds third, chasing his teammate, although co-driver Ian Grindrod isn't enjoying himself at all and has been feeling ill since the rally started over 12 hours ago. And Vatanen still chasing McRae. His mechanics have changed the Escort suspension, making the world champion much happier. But it's an uphill task in his obsolete car, and all the time he has that threat of exclusion hanging over him. Blomqvist has also had his suspension changed between the tarmac and forest stages, but such is the pace of the leaders, the experienced Swede just can't keep up. Tuthill's put his car at the top of the clubman's battle, aiming to repeat the fine performance which saw him take a top position in last November's Lombard REC rally. has dropped back behind Tuthill with a succession of punctures. He actually borrowed a tyre from fellow Welshman Jeff Churchill in car number 14. And now these two men are battling for 7th place. Back to Eppins, and Waldegard's lead is cut dramatically. The Quattro has damaged a steering link on a jump and needs emergency repairs. Toivonen sees his chance and is just 20 seconds behind the Swede, braking late and throwing the Ascona around the hairpin in flamboyant fashion. But it's McRae who's fastest. The Scotsman is in a Finnish sandwich, desperate to catch Toivonen and under pressure from Vartanen. Vartanen hasn't given up either. He's trying for a hat-trick on the rally, but he still finds time for a wave. Blomqvist continues to lose time to the furious four-way battle ahead of him, but stays 5th ahead of the clubman. Collins is making a dramatic bid to catch Tuthill. Flat out in 5th gear, Toivonen continues his pursuit of the Audi. But McRae's rally comes to an unscheduled and dramatic end. An uncharacteristic mistake has put the Scot off the road, although the strength of the Opel roll bars saved the crew from injury. Tuthill has finally lost out to Collins, although the clubman's fight continues as the cars tackle the Eppin roads for the last time. McRae's stricken car serves as a reminder of the cost of a single mistake on the fast tarmac road. News that the French Works Renault team have just won the World Championship Rally in Corsica encourages John Price in his private Renault 5 Turbo as he aims for a top placing. The last chance for the mechanics to check the cars before the final forest stages, and Waldegard is back in control. He has broken Toivonen's bid after dominating the day's rallying with fastest times. The Swede just doesn't give up. Audi Quattro through the last stage as though every second counted, even with a 2-minute lead. Henry Toivonen brings his Opel Ascona into a splendid 2nd place after a mature drive, which takes him into the lead of the Rothmans RAC Open Rally Championship. A satisfied Talbot team take 3rd after a steady performance from Stig Blomqvist. Like his Swedish compatriot Waldegard, Stig is one of the most experienced professional rally drivers in the world. Putting his name in the record books is Phil Collins, who has surprised everyone, except himself, with a fine 4th place. Francis Tuthill brings the Escort, hired from Jeff Churchill, home safely in 5th place, ahead of Churchill himself in 6th. Another hired Escort, driven by the flamboyant Swede Bror Danielsson, is 11th. Ari Vatanen finishes the rally in 3rd place, but is excluded from the final results for his mistake nearly 24 hours earlier. A great disappointment for the world champion after a magnificent drive in the Shell Escort. As the last rays of sun fade, the weary teams return to Llandrindod Wells for the finish. Although the rally only lasted for 24 hours, it turned out to be a grueling test of stamina for both man and machine. For Bjorn Waldegard, co-driven by Yorkshireman Phil Short, it's a double first. First time out in the Welsh Rally and first time in a Quattro. A win which puts Audi back into the lead in the Manufacturers' Championship and raises the tension with only 2 rounds remaining.